Alrighty. Well, it's time to play. And today we're going to do a little bit of Minecraft, and I'm working with Robert to build a mob farm. Now, this is a cave that we've explored earlier on other episodes, and this cave is just big. It looks like it's big enough to do a mob farm. We need about 25 blocks tall and about 16 to 17 blocks wide. But we're looking to create a mob farm that, you know, will spawn the mob, will force the mob to die, and then we'll take the rest of its life away and then collect the stuff that's left from him so that we can use it for other things. We figured that we need the level of this floor right here, so we're kind of flattening the floor, harvesting what we need to in order to have that available, and collecting what iron and stuff we have along the way. Okay, let's make sure I can still get out of this hole. There, I can still get out of the hole. Yay. Okay, so I got distracted. Anyway, so that's kind of what we're working to do today. So, you know, let's get after it and get it done.
So looking up above us and seeing kind of where the most open space is, I'd rather carve in front of us than carving above us. So I think if we start one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So the one you're standing on is number 8.
Yes. So that's the two corners of this one. And then we need to have a 2-block gap. I said a 1, but I think we actually need a 2-block gap in order to do the 2 trapdoors. So then we have a 2-block gap, and then the next one starts here.
And the next one starts 2-block gap, and the next one starts there.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Well, I am concerned going out this direction that we're going to run into the ocean and all of a sudden be drowned here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You went one more than you need to.
Oh, good.
Okay, so yeah.
One more than I need to, so fill in the back wall.
Yeah.
Okay, and it needs to go 8 toward the ocean too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the cornerstone. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I know it's 8 back to there. Okay, so now we need to build up from where we're at.
Okay.
So this needs to be kind of a chamber.
Yeah, this first one, or between here, is going to be the water stream. Right?
I don't know about right.
Well, here's going to be the water stream.
Okay.
And that's going to send them forward.
So do I need to go up and take my bucket back and go get some water and bring it down here?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to do that several times.
Well, this is quite the exotic sort of device.
Yeah.
You know, with the idea that you create the mob, you make it so that it gets to the point of dying, and then you give it the final blow so that you can collect the fertilizer stuff, right?
Right.
From the skeletons.
Okay, so a single chamber is going to be exactly 2 blocks high. Okay. So we build a platform, you know, this entire distance.
Okay. The whole 8 by 8.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna need more than 2 stacks of cobblestone. We're probably gonna use
I've got more stacks than that.
Good. And we're going to leave torches on the floor in here.
For now.
Otherwise, they will start spawning before we're done. Okay. And then we block off this front here.
Okay. And do you need this? Okay.
Okay, so this will be one little spawning chamber. Okay. And then I have a bunch of trap doors, which we just place across there and open. Then you turn around and place them across there, and now we have a straight platform that they think they can walk across.
Okay. That when they're open, they think they can still walk across them.
Right. So if you want, you can start building the ones up on that side.
The ones... The what up on that side?
The platform like this one we built on this side. Built
Okay.
a platform 2 blocks high on that side, 2 blocks up from the ground.
Okay, and just continue this, or...
No, we need to have this gap in the center.
Okay, I will do so.
Yep.
Okay, so this whole chamber here becomes a killing chamber, or a breeding chamber.
Right.
Okay, so basically what we've done is we've created these chambers that are all just 2 blocks high on the left and on the side, on the right, and each of the chambers is 8 blocks by 8 blocks. Currently they're all lit up by torches, so they're not going to function at this moment. But what we need to make now is we've made the area for them to fall down into. The water is already flowing down here. Now we've got to make the area where we are going to let them go up so we can then drop them down and make them lose all their health. So we're going to start working on that part of it now. So here we go.
There's a bit of a hole if you look up here.
Okay.
That I've already dug. So all we have to do here is, build up a pillar here and do that again. And then we need a trench under your feet that goes to this spot, right?
Okay. All the way into that opening?
Yep.
Okay, so now we've got the flow coming here. Does it go around the corner?
So how many blocks long? We're gonna have to use another water flow to go there.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get out of here. There we go. Sorry, this is the part I'm not super great at.
Okay.
Right. So here's the idea. We need to have water flow that'll push them this far, right? That'll push them to there.
And then we need one of those fancy blocks from the nether back there to create bubbles.
Yes.
Okay. So I need to go down there and put the bubbles in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I put it way back in the corner, right? Just back in that final area there.
Yeah, in fact, you want to dig down by one.
Okay, so dig down by one and place the block where I just got rid of that block. Okay. Okay, there it is.
Signs are a unique block. Okay.
Signs are in a unique block.
Yeah. So I dropped some signs on the floor behind you. Signs will block water flow, but won't block creatures. Okay. So because the water's gonna be flowing along this, we need to stop the water from flowing onto that soul sand. So to the wall just to the left of the soul sand.
Okay.
But in by one, so basically right next to where you're standing, right there.
Right there.
Yep, put it right there. There you go, just click done. You don't have to put a sign there.
Okay, so a sign is there. Okay, and all we need is now a water block in this back corner.
Yes, except we have a problem that the water is going to try flowing left as well.
Well, it's supposed to flow this direction, right? What do you mean left? We want it to turn the corner, right? It's flowing to here, and then we want it to go toward the center.
Let me go get some water, and we can put it down, and I'll show you the problem instead of trying to explain
we're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go ahead and place it in that corner, and we'll see what happens to the water flow. So you see how it flows both directions?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So creatures are going to end up getting stuck like right here.
Uh-huh.
So we need it to only flow left.
only float in that direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
So can
And-
you pick it up so I can get out of here?
No, I'm going to leave you stuck there.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Okay.
So, one alternative, if I put the sign here and here, okay, go ahead and put the
And-
bucket of water back down.
Okay.
There we go.
And the
now,
water flows
what this
out.
does mean is that they have a little bit of space here where they might not quite get caught. They might get pushed here. But they should,
They should eventually decide to step
Yeah.
into that.
and they'll get pushed.
Okay.
Okay? They'll get pushed, and they'll get pulled up.
Okay. Now we need to put a bucket of water on top of that.
We need a sign above this as well. So I'm going to go make one more sign. Because we need more than one bucket of water. And actually, don't get a bucket of water. Because there's a trick. Okay?
Another trick. And
Another
you're going to
trick.
tell me another trick, huh?
Let's go outside. This right here. Oh!
What did you do?
I didn't think there'd be a void beneath me.
Okay.
This is right where our column needs to be. Okay?
Okay.
A bubble elevator doesn't work in flowing water. It only works in water source blocks. And so what we would have to do is we're going to use a little trick using kelp. So let's go out to the water and find some kelp.
Okay.
Because kelp can grow in flowing water, but if it grows through flowing water, it becomes a source block. So I think we can find kelp out towards the ocean. So I'm just going to swim straight out there because I see some kelp underwater.
I'm just collecting sand so I can have some more glass.
Good call. Okay. Let's go.
I like glass.
Yeah. And we can make tinted glass too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Put a dye with it?
Yep, then you can do stained glass windows and all sorts of
Why
fun
are
stuff.
you using your pickaxe?
There's my shovel.
Oh,
It was just waving so fast it looked like a pickaxe.
yes. It did, actually. Yes.
Let's go. Here's the kelp. Can you get some bone meal and meet me down below? I'm going to dig my way down from up here, okay?
And so bone meal is under raw food and plants. And bone meal. Got the bone meal. So where do I make bone meal from? At the crafting bench?
Yep.
Do I need to drop into the trench or what?
Nope, it's not. I'm having to take several trips because I try not to drown on the way down. Oh. Hey. I'm
You
here.
made it. You made it.
Hi. So go ahead and plant that kelp there on the soul sand.
Okay. And kelp. Okay.
There you go. And you should be able to just keep right-clicking on it with the kelp, and it'll keep growing taller. Okay, now hold shift to go down quickly, and get out of there.
Shift to go down quickly.
Yep, and get out of there because you're about to run out of air.
I'm trying. I shift.
Shift. Now turn around. You were holding shift to get out. You're on the ground. Okay, now get out of there. Perfect. Good job.
Well, I was holding shift on my keyboard, but I couldn't reach my forward button, which I can't remember which one it was.
W. Okay, good. Okay, now recover some health, and then you get to go back in.
Then I get to go back in. Okay. And what am I going to do when I go back in?
When you go back in, you're going to use the bone meal on it. You should be able to use bone meal on it from the bottom, though.
Okay. And now I should be able to just drop in there and bone meal time, bone meal to there.
Yep, and again, right-clicking with the bone meal should work. Yeah.
Nope, Can't use any more.
Okay, cool. That means it's gone to the surface. Go ahead and just left click on the kelp to break it.
And we got bubbles.
Okay, how about you hop in? That'll take you all the way to the surface.
Boy, it's dark. Okay, and it's dark outside, so
Okay,
I'm
let's-
running home.
Okay, let's go to bed.
Now, are you ready to go set the trap?
Now we need to build the drop. There we go. Okay, so they'll be falling down here.
I'm gonna jump in place.
There we go.
I'm gonna jump in place.
Perfect. Now it's one double chest. Now what's going to be difficult? Step onto the chest, and then hold shift, and then turn around. Okay, and now back up.
Yes.
Okay, and now you're going to right there. That's where you're gonna. That's how you're going to place the hopper.
But
You have to shift and space at the same time, and click. There, you got it. Good job.
you got to be up in the air at the same time. You end up right-clicking at the right time, and okay, it goes into the hopper, goes into the chest. Gotcha.
Yeah. Now, what we're going to do to make this safe, okay, we're going to almost completely block this off. Okay, so right here, they'd be able to walk out of here. But what we're going to do is we're going to make some slabs. Okay, have you used slabs before?
Oh, I don't think I have.
Okay, a slab is a half-height block.
Okay.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to have a slab here. Now, a slab can be placed, by the way, if we're looking like at this wall to the right, on the bottom or the top of a block.
Okay.
Okay, on the block or the top.
Okay.
Bottom and top. Okay.
Depending on where you point your cursor.
Yeah. So we're placing this one on the bottom. Okay. And then we're gonna place a full block right here. So this way, if you stand here and you crouch, you can see in there.
Okay.
And that way you can swing your weapon and you can attack anything in there.
We're going to be able to use the weapon in there to just slice it, and when he dies, then the what he has left goes into the hopper.
Yeah.
I mean, his remains go into the hopper.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And we keep this gap so small because if you see a baby zombie, which
The baby zombie will come out. Yeah.
the baby
I've
zombie
seen
will
those.
get through. So yeah, we keep it a super small gap so we can crouch and look through.
Okay.
Okay, and it has to be this low because if it was higher, then they'd be able to see us.
Okay.
And you don't want them to see you because then they'll start shooting. Or if you have a creeper, the creeper will blow up.
Okay. Very good.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
Good.
And then just go and open all of these.
Knock out all the torches first,
Okay.
and then knock out all those and fall to the next floor. And you can pick them up too if you don't want to leave them.
Yeah, I do want to pick them up.
Okay. Oh, it's getting dark.
And then drop down to the next floor, right?
Okay, you missed a one above you. You
I
missed
missed-
a torch.
A torch above me?
Yep, right there.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can still get it. I'm going to leave
Nice.
it behind.
Okay. Now, take out the next set of torches.
You just wanted me to do the dangerous part.
Yes.
See if I have to chase or run away from a zombie.
Yes.
You said they won't spawn within how many of you?
I think it's 15 blocks.
And this is an 8x8 area.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, if I don't do this quick enough, I'm going to get zombies falling down on me, right?
Yep. But don't worry, you'll go through the bubble elevator like everything else, and you'll be processed like everything else.
I'll be processed like everything else. If I die. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. Oh, reminds me of my childhood prayers when I used to say them. It's getting very dark down here.
Oh, yeah. It's getting very dark above you, too.
Oh dear. This is getting to where it's almost unrecognizable to do my work of opening and closing. Okay, now
you're in the water.
now I'm in the water.
Okay.
And are you gonna
And break out this. I can't because my pick's broken. Yeah. There we go.
Whew.
Okay. It's done.
Oh wow. So if I go here and I crouch, if there were a zombie in there, I'd be able to see it, and I'd just get close like this and
Well, no, back up a little bit. There. Nope. Okay. Okay, you want to point between the two pieces of wood. Into
okay,
that
so
block.
the cursor needs to be between there.
Yes. And we don't hold, we swing, wait, swing.
Wait and swing and wait, swing, wait for the recharge.
Right.
Okay. So that you're not destroying the block behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to wait until the whole process goes? Make sure it works?
Sure. In fact, we can go off and do a few other projects and then come back and see if we have anything here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other project do we want to do today?
And actually, being right where we are means like the bottom half of the floors are too close to us to spawn anything, right? So us going outside, I'd like to just do some general terraforming.
Okie doke.
You have all the iron on you, don't you?
All right. Well, let's go upstairs, folks, and do something exciting. And this is my wonderful alcove here that probably want to move that. I think I'm gonna move this. Let's move it over into this corner here. Okay. Now we can use the crafting table. And first thing we're going to do is make as much paper as we can. Oh, do you think that's enough for now?
I hope so.
Wow. Okay. And book. And shift click. And shift click again. And the books are read. Okay. The bookshelf. And shift click. And I made 17 bookshelves. Okay. So now I can put and then we'll get smarter, right? Because books make you smart, right?
Yes.
That's the way it works. Okay, books make you smart, which means books make it so that you can do enchantments and it adds more experience. So we need to go mine some more coal and stuff to get experience, and then we'll be able to do it. Way cool, Mamato.
Yeah, this was a whole lot of fun. We made a lot of progress today.
So gosh, everyone, if you liked what you saw here, please hit that like button. Let's get it out to other people. I had a lot of fun learning. I hope you had a lot of fun learning with me. We made skeletons die so that we could get their bone and all that and the other things from them. So we made that mob farm, and then we made a farm to gather more cows, and then we also sheared sheep so we could get their wool. I mean, we did a whole bunch in this episode. I hope you liked it. I hope you come back again. If you feel that this is worthwhile, please subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.